Hi everyone, this might be my last missive. I wanted to thank you. We managed to hit a 57% response rate in the course evaluations. Thank you so much for all of you who filled your course evaluations, and much appreciated. A couple other important things that I need to talk to you about. If you have any administration that you need done about marks and Marcus, remarks, anything like that, then please contact Jacqueline. We will send an announcement when the A3 marking is totally ready. It isn't totally ready yet, but we're still working on it. Your midterm mark is only going to appear in Blackboard. You won't see it on Marcus. But it will, of course, be calculated when we do our final marks. If you're interested in doing more computer science, I want to point out that CSC 148 is a fun course about algorithms, data structures, analysis, more advanced concepts like how do you structure functions that call themselves. This is called recursion. A bunch of really cool topics. And CSC 165 is the other follow-up course to 108, and that is Mathematical Expression and Reasoning for Computer Science. So understanding how and why some algorithms are faster than others is one motivation for taking this course. But this is a very different kind of math than you're used to, and 165 introduces you how to think about this kind of math and to use it efficiently and effectively. There are a whole bunch of follow-up possibilities to that. You can go into software engineering. That's what a lot of people like to do. Artificial intelligence is sort of huge these days. That also includes things like machine learning, neural networks, and even data science. So HCI, human computer interaction, is another fun one, as is computational biology, but really computer science and anything else works quite effectively. Many of you saw the advertisement for the Digital Humanities course that was created and is being taught by a former computer science student who also happened to get a PhD in medieval studies. And of course you can do a CS minor and pair it with a whole bunch of other things. So we hope you enjoyed computer science and that you want to pursue more of it. And if you have any questions about any of this, it's a bit overwhelming possibly, feel free to drop by and ask. I'm more than happy to talk to you about this. So whatever you choose, get to know your professors. It's really important. It's a ton of fun that, when you actually are on a first-name basis with professors, I must say. More fun for them as well. But that can also lead to opportunities to work on, for example, project courses or capstone courses in fourth year. Marcus, for example, and the PCRS were developed in large part by students like you, mostly by students like you. So keep that in mind, that is a possibility to get credit for developing software that your peers are going to be using. It's really cool. If you know you want to do computer science, consider doing a professional experience year, open to second and third year students. People typically take 12 to 16 months after second or third year, and go and work in an internship for the year. This is kind of like the downtown equivalent of co-op. It has a whole bunch of benefits, including that you're typically given a larger, more long-term project to work on than you would get in a 4-month internship like you do in a co-op. So for the exam, it's coming up soon, but keep a list of questions as you prepare. You can bring those to office hours on the last couple days. You can also look at the sample exams on the course website. I'm sure most of you have found them by now. We have PCRS still up, and you can go back and redo them with no penalty as practice, if you like. What I don't recommend is that you just read exam solutions and try to memorize them. That is the worst way to prepare. Every exam contains a whole ton of new questions using the material that you've learned. We expect you to be able to use it rather than to regurgitate it, but you know that by now. The exam is 3 hours long. Please review the Arts and Science exam rules, and also check the Arts and Science schedule for the time and the room, and then double check it, and then double check with your friends to make sure that you're all reading it correctly. Please bring your student card, have it out on your desk when you take the exam, and a pencil or pen is fine. Only a few days left. I recommend that you grab an old exam that has a solution. There's a ton on the website. Do the questions on paper. Put yourself now in an exam situation where you're not allowed any external aids and you just do as much as you can. The questions you don't complete are where you should focus your energy. That tells you what material you need to review. That tells you perhaps how you need to study, and that gives you a chance to look at other old exams that have similar questions so you can practice on them as well. The exam is going to look a lot like what the other exams looked like, where you're writing code, tracing code, debugging code, discussing time complexity, designing test cases, and doing some short answer questions. We have posted the cover sheet and the help pages on the test page of the course website. Please don't bring your cell phones. Again, review the rules from the faculty. You won't have to write unit test suites. You might have to choose test cases and including describing why you chose them. You won't be asked to write out bubble sort, insertion sort, or selection sort from memory, but you should know and understand them, because we may ask you a similar question, and knowing how to analyze those algorithms can help you analyze the algorithms that we're going to ask you to perhaps read or even implement in this test. So you don't have to know how to pass functions and arguments, even though it's really cool, and you don't have to define your own exceptions. You've come a very long way. You started with really straightforward statements that actually seemed quite confusing at the beginning for a lot of you, but most of you managed to write a program that analyzed real data from Twitter. I'm really proud of all of you. Congratulations on finishing, and good work, and keep on learning and coding, and please keep in touch as well. I'd love to see you all next semester, hear how 148 and 165 are going for you, should you choose to go on in computer science. Have a great day, and study. And oh yeah, one more tip. Make sure you get enough sleep. Make sure you get at least 4.5 hours of sleep the night before, preferably 6, even 7. Losing an hour, various recent studies have shown, can drop your mark on tests. Just remember, losing 1 hour of sleep, going from 7 hours to 6, can drop your mark on a test by 5%. So pay attention to whether the time you are spending studying late at night is actually effective. And if it isn't, go to bed. See you all at the exam. Bye.